Welcome to Just Empty Every Pocket. Check out Corey's latest install video and don't forget to subscribe or I will find you.
For most of us, cities are where we dwell. Ever-expanding 15-minute cities that seem to stretch too far into the horizon. Where everything you need is a short 15-minute drive away. But for some of us, cities do not in any way offer us what we really need. Mountains, desert, solitude, silence. That is what I crave. Since some of us city folk have to drive long distances to get to the trailhead, a comfortable, supportive seat is a nice upgrade over the factory ones. It's also nice to have a seat that keeps you in place while on more difficult trails, like the Trifecta in Moab, Utah. That is why I have chosen to install a pair of PRP Enduro Trail Edition seats into my JK. To make my Jeep somewhat unique, I chose custom colors and materials. The end result was awesome. But what exactly was involved in the installation of these seats? First thing is to get those old seats out. Don't forget to unplug all the sensors and the harness. There are just a few mods you'll need to do to the factory base. The passenger side has a brace that you will need to remove. To do so, simply drill out the rivets.
So as much as I love these seats and as comfortable as they are and all the support they offer me now, it's not all unicorns and rainbows. So if you order just the regular JK seats from PRP's website, even if it's the EnduroTrail, if you pick the stock black with the white logos, white stitch, they include these adapter plates for your JK. But if you order custom seats like I did, so you're picking the colors, the material, they don't give you these. So I went down to the metal warehouse and got a couple, got $35 worth of angle cut rolled steel, 20 inches long, 1.5 inches wide, 1.5 inches tall, drilled a few holes, machined a relief for the cushion, and I'm set. These work absolutely perfectly for a fraction of the price of the PRP ones. So if you're ordering the custom seats, just know that you got to get these adapters, because PRP isn't super clear on that fact on their website. I don't really understand why they're punishing folks to get the custom seats versus the their pre-built ones, but at the end of the day, is what it is. $35 for the win.
There is also a lever mechanism that you will have to deal with. The PRP adapters have a relief cut into them, but my DIY adapters weren't quite so fancy. Using a 21-inch piece of angle cut rolled steel, 1/8 of an inch thick and 1.5 inches wide, I fabbed up my own adapters. Honestly, I don't do much fab work, so please contain your laughter at my lack of metalworking abilities. But you have to admit, for a computer nerd, the end result was actually pretty good. I also had to make a mount for my seatbelt. You will have to experiment with the sizing a bit. I added some 1/8 inch tall washers to account for my seatbelt adapter. Next up, place the seatbelt along with the adapter in place. Make sure to not use any washers here so that the adapter plate is level. One odd thing with the passenger side on your JK will be the seatbelt sensor mechanism. It has a long tube that does absolutely nothing. For better clearance, I sawed most of it off. Plug in the seatbelt sensor and move the base forward and back to ensure proper clearance for the wires. Now let's move on to the driver's side. Similar to the passenger side, I added 1/8 inch tall washers, again to account for my seatbelt adapter, and to ensure that the seats are level. The seatbelt assembly is infinitely simpler on this side, so just attach it to your fabricated mount. Next up, plug in the seatbelt sensors. For now, leave both passenger and driver's side airbag sensors empty. More on that later. Again, make sure everything slides without wires getting caught up in the mechanism. Now let's put in these badass seats. I drilled my mounts out so that they sat a bit wide. This way I'm able to fine-tune the seat alignment with washers. This may vary from Jeep to Jeep. The PRP adapter plates have a similar design. For now, I left these bolts just a bit loose. Final torque will be done once the bolts at the front of the seat are installed. Plug in the occupancy sensor connector. More on this in just a few moments. Finalize the installation by sliding the bolts an appropriate number of washers onto the front side of the seat. Repeat on the driver's side. Using washers, I made sure that the seats were as close as possible to the center console. And then I did a final torque down by hand. As you can see, the seat slides freely and the seat belt is easily accessible. These seats, they feel really good. I love the containment. Getting in and out's a little bit more challenging than what it used to be. I used to just kind of flop out. Now you got to kind of jump over the side support here a little bit. But I mean, the containment is just awesome. I mean, it's going to make those off camber sections a dream. So what say you? What do you think of the seats?
They're very nice.
What's the difference?
I feel taller.
Anything else?
They're comfy.
Anything else?
They keep me in place.
How do they keep you in place?
Because they have these things at the side that prevent me from falling out and dying.
Do you think a fat person could fit in?
No. I don't think you should keep that in the video.
I'm a bit too fat for these seats. Pretty sure if you're over a 36-inch waist, you are gonna have an issue fitting.
If you're a bigger person, you know, I'm not saying fat, I just mean if you got like wide hips, you know, the standard width is gonna be too narrow for you. That being said, the standard width barely fit into my JK. Like, it is snug. You know, when I recline my seat, you know, it's pretty much right on the roll cage as it is. So if you got the wide edition, I mean, there's no way it's fitting in this Jeep without serious mods. You'd probably have to take out the center console. So if you are looking at these seats, if you're looking at the Trail Edition, beware. You know, if you're more than a 36-inch waist, you're gonna have some troubles.
Okay, so now let's talk about that airbag warning light that's going to show up on your dash. The first thing you will need to do is add the passenger occupancy sensor. And obviously, this is only used on the passenger side. Okay, so what the OEM seat has, it's got a side airbag located right here. So when you swap out seats, unless they come with side impact airbags, you're going to get a warning light.
So the trick is find out what the resistance of the airbag assembly is, and then fake out your computer sensor with a resistor that has the same resistance. And that's what we're going to try to ascertain today. So to test the airbag resistance, you're going to need a multimeter.
Here are the settings I used on mine.
If you do manage to find the resistance without blowing yourself up, the next step is to solder an appropriate resistor to the sensor connector.
In the end, I landed on a 2 ohm resistor to successfully fake out the computer. The resistor hack worked perfectly. With all the warning lights now gone, it's time for some real-world testing in the one and only Moab, Utah.
So the seat install took me a bit longer than expected, because it's interesting, when you order the custom seats from PRP, they do not give you the adapter mounts for your Jeep. But if you order their pre-built seat package, like all black with silver logos, they give you the adapter for free. I was a little bit, I don't know, it kind of pissed me off a little bit that they didn't include it, but at the end of the day I just went down to a local metal shop and got some angle pieces cut, and I just drilled the holes and basically made my adapters myself. It added a little bit of time to my install, but you know, honestly, I wasn't going to pay $200 US for a pair of adapters, plus shipping, plus carny taxes. I mean, it was just not worth it for me. Just something to keep in mind. At the end of the day, it's not like a deal breaker. I still love the seats, which is a good segue because I'm doing some real world testing with them now here in Moab. I'm on Poison Spider, and it's been an absolutely epic trip, and I'm so glad that I got these seats because the lumbar support is amazing. I don't have a sore back. You know, the containment, while not the greatest when I have to get in and out of the Jeep, the containment is like solid. Like, I'm not rocking back and forth, and it's saving my back a whole bunch of stress and pain. What do you think, Rachel?
The seats are really nice. I like them.
Rachel doesn't have too much to say about it, but if these seats sucked, she'd have lots to say. So her, you know, not saying a whole bunch, it's a good thing. Strongly recommend these seats. If you're into any kind of wheeling at all, definitely invest in a set. You will not regret it. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, smash the like button, click the like button, just do something with the like button, would you? And don't forget to subscribe. In the meantime, we got a whole lot of Poison Spider ahead of us. I'm out of here.